Hello, this is your girl Earl from N Reborns, and I came on today. I got this shirt on, say bless, and I wore this shirt because what I came on today is to talk to you guys about a special person in our community who I felt was a blessing to all of us in the community. I got a text from their son on yesterday morning informing me that day before yesterday at 11:15 I came on today to tell y'all that Ms.Dawn of Dawn World is a babies passed away in the hospital. She had family and her kids there with her. She was in hospital for a while, and she had a bad fall a while back, and she ended up in rehab, and then from rehab she went back to the hospital, and then they sent her back to rehab, and then she ended up in the hospital again. First off, I would like to thank Marisol, because when Ms. Dawn got to the point when she couldn't answer her phone, I got in touch with Marisol, and Marisol actually went to her to go see Ms. Dawn, took Ms. Dawn a beautiful basket array of things, even took a baby for Ms. Dawn to love up on. And from the bottom of my heart, I just want to thank her for doing that. And then when she got there, she was able to FaceTime me. I was in the store when they called me, but I got out the store and I was able to talk to her for the last time and actually get to see her face to face, and we talked to each other. But when I opened my channel up, Ms. Dawn and Birdie Craft, both of them were the first two people to send me a happy meal to my channel. And for that, I will always be grateful. I couldn't come on yesterday because I was such a mess. I mean, Miss Billy was like, Earl, I don't want you to get sick. I told Bird I can't even talk. I got to call her back. The Bird said no. She did get off the phone with me, but she called back. She said, no, we going through this together, Earl. I just couldn't let you stay there by yourself and grieve this. We grieve together. And anybody who knew Miss Dawn always know Miss Dawn loved her seafood. So in honor of Miss Dawn, Birdie and I both last night had seafood dinner and to celebrate Miss Dawn. And I don't know if you guys know it or not, but purple and lavender is her favorite color. So we both plan on planting in our yards purple flowers for Miss Dawn, in honor of Miss Dawn. She is going to be cremated because her son said that's what she wanted. I'm not sure about any services or anything like that, if they have one or how they're going about it or whatever the case may be. I tried calling today, but I didn't get an answer, so I text him and tell him I wasn't calling. I was just calling to check up on him and see how he was doing. And that's her son, Chris. I don't have her oldest son phone number, but he lived across the way from in another building across the street from where she lived. But Chris and the two cats live with her. But I just came on today to let y'all know Miss Dawn inherited her wings. And I'm sure her mother was there at the pearly gate with stretched out arms to meet her, because she loved her mom. And hold on one second, let me pause. I have made this take at least 5 or 6 times, and I had to redo my makeup at least 5 or 6 times trying to do this without breaking down. But hold on. One thing about, if you go look at Ms. Dawn World of Babies channel, she love her dolls. She love people. She sent out a good bit of happy meal to everybody. She used to go to the doll shows, always dress her baby in some of the prettiest things, the prettiest clothes. And I never got to meet her in person, But when I tell you, ever since she got sick, me and my mom have been sending her pajamas and different things to help her through her process. And she was just saying the nursing home was so cold they would never turn the heat up for her, and she can feel a draft coming through the window. She had asked her son to get her a blanket, and he brought the blanket from home, but it was a king size. She had a king size bed. I said, don't worry, I got you, Miss Dawn. I went to Hemrick's and got her a warming blanket. Oops. And I sent that with a pair of pajamas. And I can tell y'all in my story, there's more things that I was supposed to be saying, but I just wanted to get that stuff out first. And the other day I was moving things out of storage, and here I'm coming across more pajamas. And I had just recently bought her, because she, Stormy, which is my godchild, her Liam Scout, her theme was Winnie the Pooh. So I just bought Miss Dawn this jacket with got Winnie the Pooh on it from Sam's. So, but she never got to get the jacket, and she don't even know I have to. And then she was saying how, you know, it was hard for her sometimes to get to the kitchen to get her drinks when she did by herself. So I even bought her a little mini purple fridge that I put by her bedside, but I was waiting for her to come home so I could have seen it, because I, you know, sometimes in her building, if they're not there, because even Chris said that the neighbor had the box with the warming blanket in it. But she will definitely be missed. And she always, even when she was in the hospital, I say, well, I want you and Marisol to come down and see me. And she said, well, Earl, you got a room for me? I said, I'll have a room for you. You ain't got to worry about that. I'll send for y'all, put y'all on the train so Marisol can travel with her. And those are two people in New York that I always wanted to see. So now Marisol will be making that trip by herself, her and the baby, of course. But, and I know Dawn watching over me right now. I just inherited another guardian angel. But I used to be tough love with her, because I get so mad when she never would answer the phone. And I was like, if you don't answer this phone, I'm going to be done with you. You know, I'm always ready to divorce somebody. And she said, Earl, I'm just so weak or tired, I can't get to the phone. And one time she was locked out of her phone. She told me to tell Chris when she did get me. She said, Earl, don't hang up, don't hang up. Just give me a minute. And she adjusted herself to talk to me. And she said that let Chris know that, you know, she was locked out of her phone. She can get in touch with everybody. Tell them, just keep calling, let the phone ring until she get to the phone, because it take her a while to get to the phone. And, but anyway, I just figured I'd post this video. I'm going to post some pictures of Ms. Dawn just celebrating life and celebrating her babies, and pictures of her at the doll shows and things, for those of you who may know her and some may not. But if y'all remember a good story or something like that, post it under this video, or how she touched your life. And then I'm going to send this video to her son so that he can see that we are celebrating her in a different way. But I just couldn't not let you guys know that she passed. And also, and I do apologize for not letting y'all know she was in the hospital, but at the same time, I was dealing with my own husband, who was in the hospital for 3 weeks in November, and from the Tuesday after Christmas into last week Sunday, my husband been in the hospital, and he only have 10% heart function. So y'all continue to keep me and my family in prayer as well. But they said God ain't gonna put no more in you than you can bear. But he really think I'm stronger than what I think I am. But I just want y'all to know that continue to keep her family lifted up in prayer, because her kids and her grand, you know, they really going to need that right now. And that's what we can do for Ms. Dawn. And like I say, purple was her color. if y'all, I'll link her page and her channel and her Facebook name. And if y'all decide to do something in purple, dress your baby in purple, and stay for the love of Miss Dawn, plant a purple flower in your yard and honor her. Post it to her page to let the family know that, you know, that she cared and she doesn't matter to us in the dog community. I ain't cutting this thing no more because, like I said, I hadn't tried to do this video at least 4 or 5 times. But I do apologize for crying all across it because I know she's not suffering no more. I know Dawn is not in no pain. And I'm not sure exactly what the cause of death was. But I know he did tell me something. But I knew Dawn did have heart. She had a pacemaker. She had heart problems. She was having problems with the veins in her legs. Y'all know Dawn had a stroke too. And, you know, sometimes when you have COVID too, it advances things in your body, you know. So, but I know she had a bad fall recently. And I say this to say, when people have falls, y'all better get checked out. Because like I said, my mom had a fall, and it was a month later before we did get her checked out. We got her checked out. Everybody's concerned about her back and her back. Because, you know, she fall on her backside down some steps. But never once we thought to get her head checked and realized she was bleeding on the brain. And she ended up some years ago with 3 brain surgeries in 1 weekend. And I had a patient whose sister had fall, and she hurt her hand, refused to go to the ER. Then later on, the next day, the hand swell up and turn blue. Then she goes to one of those emergency care places. You know, those are quick fixes, but they just put a bandage on things. They only can do an x-ray. They can't do an MRI or a CT scan to see if you got a stress fracture or you know, it only can show a big break, you know. And when she had that fall, she went to one of those places and they put a boot on her. But I really think she might have gotten an infection, because my patient's sister had got an infection in her hand and it became septic and she passed. And Dawn never could have put hardly no pressure, nothing on that leg and that foot. And when you're a diabetic too, you know. I even asked her about moving, because she always said she wanted to move south so she can get a warmer temperature. She really wanted to go to Florida, but when the house became available next to Mom for rent, I was begging her. It was a 3-bedroom house. I said, you got to park a garage. You can put your car. Just pack what you can and just put your car in the trailer and y'all ride the U-Haul down here. And I can take you to doctors and things just to help her. And I said, I can even help Chris get a job right down the street, because we got a lot of shopping centers and stores and things down the street. He get a low job right there. So even if he couldn't drive, he could have walked or catch the bus, you know. But she said, well, no, I'm going to come down. I'm going to get out of here one of these days. But I never thought she would have been leaving New York like this. But she in a warmer place now. And I'm really going to miss her because, you know, even though I'll be 56 this year, and I want to think Dawn was in her 60s, if I'm not mistaken, but I always look at her and Miss Billy as another mom to me, you know. I admire them. I respect them both, you know, and even though I used to get on Dawn and show tough love, but she knew it came from a good place, because I did private duty nursing for 30-something years. So I would be hard on Ms. Dawn just to get her to get up and go and not give up, you know? Just don't give up. because I did the same thing with my dad. But she was like, she would get mad with me. Earl, stop being, and my mom would, Earl, stop being so hard on Miss Dawn. Dawn, don't listen to Earl. But I just want her family to know that she was loved. She's still going to be loved, and she will forever love in my heart. And I will deeply miss her. But like I say, she will always love within my heart. And to Chris and the rest of the family, I just want y'all to know y'all got my deepest condolences. May God continue to give you guys confidence, strength during your time of bereavement. And even though Ms. Dawn is gone, I want the rest of the community to continue to stick together. Like I always say, we more than a dog community, we are a sisterhood. So with that being said, y'all, even though Ms. Dawn is no longer here, I always say, life is so short, tomorrow ain't promised to none of us. And when you sit on these doll channels and find something negative to say about somebody doll and things like this here, instead of saying something negative, let somebody know how much they mean to you. Let them know that, hey, I love you, you know? I love your channel, I love you. You know, and all of Ms. Dawn, let's spread love, you know? Ms. Dawn's birthday was in November. She was a Scorpio, but she loved purple. But y'all put some purple hearts, saying condolences to the family. If y'all can think of something way she touched y'all, put it below this video or on her page. Like I said, I'll link all that stuff down below my video. And if you want a good laugh, out of all her videos she got, look at her do the box opening of that last baby. Because that's the one I probably gonna look at that video so much I'll make it go viral, I tell you the truth. Because the last silicone boy she got, I'll never get, she could have barely get that boy out the box. He was so big and heavy. And she dropped the phone, couldn't even remember where the phone at. Me and my mom laughed so much. Me and her, we used to call her and still laugh about that video all the time. So that's a good one for y'all. If y'all want to smile and see Ms. Dawn, I'll link that video to part 1 and part 2 to that video below this video as well. But y'all, like I say, Ms. Dawn done passed on and got her wings and passed on. But y'all continue to spread love in the community. Get over all the dumbness. Tell each other how much you care about each other and that you mean something to you. You know, because tomorrow ain't promised to none of us. And I used to always say, if you come to my channel and you want drama thing, this ain't the channel for you. I don't do much editing. What you see is what you get. I'm a straight shooter. When you meet me in person, what you see is what you get. And nothing changed. I ain't trying to be something that I'm not. But life has been happening for me lately, and this has been a big blow to me. I mean, the year just begun, but this is a serious big blow to me. Because this is something that I just never expected. And she always said, no, I'm going to get... Even when Marisol went to see her, no, I'm getting well because I want to come see you and Mom. And I swear, when I think about the time that she passed, we heard something like up on the porch, and like somebody knock on the door or something, and I kid you not, I look out the door and there was nobody there. I look out the people, and Mama said, well, you think maybe tapping a raccoon or something up on the porch? I said, I don't know, but it sounded like somebody else was there. I don't know, but... And that's what, around the same time, they say she passed. So, maybe she did come and see me and Mom. But I definitely going to miss talking to her. So, all I got now, and that's why I like that we have these videos that we can look back on to remember each other, hear each other's voice, see each other. But I just want y'all, I just had to come on and let y'all know Ms. Dawn and Dawn World of Babies passed away day before yesterday. I couldn't call much. I think I only talked to 3 people yesterday. I couldn't do no more. I couldn't call nobody else. So if you don't charge it to my, I was a mess. I was truly a mess. Look at my mom calling everybody. Oh, y'all ain't had to worry about him being in the snow yesterday because he been here crying all day yesterday. This is what she telling everybody. That's why I came to the parking lot, because can't even do a video with her around, because she'd be in the background saying all kind of mess. But yesterday I was a basket case. I really was. I just been calling people crying, and I just couldn't. And people who call me, I just started crying. I just been crying. I could not talk to nobody yesterday. I can barely talk to anybody today. I can barely get this video done. Like I said, it's like 5 or 6 takes. I'm done. I'm so over this. But I just want the family to know how much we love Ms.Dawn, and I want the community to know that she passed on. But like I said, even though she passed on, we can continue to spread the love. Ms. Dawn was never a confusion maker in this community. She always spread love. She always showed love by sending people love and Happy Meal all the time. Even last year, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to get off. She said, Earl, did you go to the box? I sent you something in the mail. I said, no, Ms. Dawn. And I look at Dawn and say, Dawn, I in Chick-fil-A line. I about to go get me a sandwich. She said, girl, get her that line and get to the mailbox, because they say it's already there. So I go on to get the box, and I came back to Chick-fil-A line, and I ordered a sandwich. And when I tell y'all, I look at the box, I said, let me see what she's saying to me. Probably out for one of these babies right now. Y'all, the way I always picking up something for her because she loved purple, I can tell you, Ms.Dawn bought me a beautiful pink fur coat from Macy's. It's absolutely beautiful. And I keep telling her, I said, Dawn, I'm going to have me a whole photo shoot in this coat. And she never even get to see me in the coat. I never got my photo shoot. And I'll tell y'all later why I hold the coat. But anyway, because it was just before the winter was the spring was coming in at the time when I got the coat. But now, yesterday, I wish I had the coat because it was snowing and I could have taken a nice picture with the coat in the snow. We had snow here, but all the snow I melt now. But then I got like I say, I looked through my phone, and that's when I saw about her passing. And I just been blown away, absolutely blown away. But anyway, like I said, we can continue to pray for one another. And I'm going to try to do my little pray for you song. But y'all, I know I'm going to sound bad, but I ain't care. But I got to sing it for the community. The dog community, pray for one another. Keep each other on your mind. Take the time and pray for one another. Oh, I'm so glad you prayed. I'm so glad you prayed. I'm so glad you pray for each other. So with that being said, y'all continue to pray for one another. Show some love for Ms. Dawn. And as always, I hope y'all enjoy these pictures. Thanks for watching. And if anybody want to send sympathy cards or anything to Ms.Dawn Family, I will link my P.O. box down below. And you can send it to my P.O. box, and I will check. That's from now for this week, because Monday I'll go to the post office and check the P.O. box and get all the envelopes, and I will do a video showing me putting the envelopes in a big envelope and mailing it to her family. It's just that I can't dispose of her address to you guys, but I will see to it that all the sympathy cards and things get sent to her family. But just put in care of Ms. Dawn on it. I'll write it down below, and I'll see to it that the family get it. Thank you. bye.